cheese. So Christopher and I are out at the United Methodist plot. They have a bunch of land. Probably I would say maybe 70 of all of my clips that I ever made of the 1,400 that were lost were filmed here. Before this structure was ever made, I started coming out here and leaving all kinds of gifts in the fields and by the base of that cross. And so the story goes, while they were constructing this house, they would come out and find these things, and they thought it was an angel that was doing this. They said, oh, angels come by and brought this stuff. So they knew somebody was doing something, but they didn't know who it was. And then one day I dropped my God's Theme Park writings that I had in a booklet on accident. Hooked up with John Dickerson. We met for coffee. Ended up going to the United Methodist for a while Pastor Renee was here. And I had come out here one day and strung a bunch of balloons and spray painted the altar, which you can barely see now, but you can still see it. And then someone came out and put a smiley face on the cross, and they thought that it was me. And so there was this kind of like real tumultuous period that I went through with them because, they had blindly blamed somebody that didn't do that. So I tracked down who it was that did that and said, hey, you can't do that. They thought it was disrespectful and all that, but God had me paint a lot of this stuff in gold, mark the seatings. Pastor Renee knew what I was doing. He knew exactly where I was going with a lot of this, and he gave me the freedom to do what I wanted. So one day I went to the United Methodist Church with a bunch of silk roses to hand out, and they were having a rummage sale and had blocked off a partition, and there was no room for me with my big basket. So I went and got in my car, and God led me to the Ocean Park Community Church, which is Marty's church, which I've been going to ever since. This is the first time that I've come out to this property in well over a year and a half maybe. But before Pastor Renee left, he gave me one of the garbs. And it was so sentimental and meaningful to me. It was, I think, his last gesture before, he didn't tell me he was leaving himself. And I have his number and I could call him, but he just came out with a box, stood behind me. I turned around and he said, I think, you've been wanting this, handed it to me. And so I'm going to cut away little tiny pieces every now and then to share with people as part of a healing mechanism that people can hold while they pray and meditate and things like that. But I was so willing to give all these things for free, and nobody seemed to want them. And there is going to come a time when currency in the United States, cash won't be accepted. They've already changed the $100 bill again. These things are all coming to pass. And this is Christopher's inheritance. This whole field, all this whole area, this little boy grew up running around this area, learning how to walk and eating his lunches out here. And I consider this part of my home. And people, I'm just going to tell you, there's going to come a time when Satan's power becomes so prevalent that people are going to start burning down churches, burning things down. And that's why Jesus says, the heavens and earth will pass away, but my words never will. This tree here is eventually going to fall. You can't cut a tree's branches off and expect it to survive. And I'd say it's been out here for 4 years now or something like that. And I always tell people, dude, you've got to go to these sacred places while they're here. Because I'm telling you, all these places where I'm trying to point you guys in the right direction are eventually going to be gone. They're eventually just going to fall away or be bulldozed down so that another business can, open up. And they got $400,000 from an inheritance from a lady. And I'm not sure what the board is planning on doing with this area. If they're going to build another church, what they're going to do. You can put memorial bricks and stuff over in where Christopher's playing, where the rock garden is and all that. But this just looks to me like, I have given so many sermons out here at that pulpit that it's just like if it were me, I would take this little area in here and really take care of it. And the garb that's hanging that Pastor Renee made sure was up, a big, huge, long purple one, it's all ratty now. And it needs to come down, be folded up, given to me for the museum that I'm putting together, or the church needs to put it someplace sacred and get a new garb up there. So that's the reason that I'm here today. I'm going to write a note about it, and I'm going to leave it over there somewhere for them to find it. And Christopher and I are here to put some silk flowers around the base to give it a little color. It clearly needs to be weeded and taken care of. They did cut the grass, which is awesome, but they really need to spend more time here. I think this congregation needs to spend more time here. So anyway, that's my beef on this whole thing, and I'm filming this as part of the documentary for Whitney Wright to take a look at, because this is where I know that they will let us film. We can build sets on this area. I know once I talk to the pastor and explain what it is I want to do, or I call Pastor Renee to call the pastor to explain what I want to do, that they'll probably be really cool, as long as we don't disrupt any of, anything permanently. But it would be really cool to film this whole Thinking While Smoking movie right here. It's so beautiful, and eventually there's just going to be a price to do anything in this world. So anyway, alright, thanks for watching, and remember, wherever you go, there you are. Okay. Hang on, I have a mosquito on my forehead. Alright. One night the Lord spoke to Paul in a vision. Do not be afraid. Keep on speaking. Don't be silent. That comes from Acts 18:9. Do not tremble. Do not be afraid. Did I not proclaim my purpose for you long ago? You are my witnesses. Is there any other God? No.
No.
There is no other rock, not one. Isaiah 44:8.
No rock.
No other rock. Here's the next one. It's Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid because of them. Do not be afraid. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you and never forsake you.
Let's go now.
Yay! So let's see what you made, honey. Okay, come here. Bring the bottle here. We're going to put the flowers that they gave us in it. Nope, not those ones. Okay. We're going to put it up here and show everyone what you did. We go back between if he wants to be a Pepsi or a Coke rep. I think that Pepsi and Coca-Cola should merge, but that's just my thought. Okay, so he filled it with dirt, and then the new pastor, Tom, and his wife I spoke to, and she gave me some flowers for us to put in. So we'll put these in here. The dirt's to kind of weigh it down so it doesn't blow over as easy, but I imagine that it should be okay until... Do you want to leave that there, or do you want to put it somewhere else?
I'll put it somewhere else.
Okay, where do you want to put it? Wherever you want. Let's see what he does. Right there. I think that's a really good spot for that, bub. Okay, run around paradise one more time, and then we gotta go. Don't fall. Watch where you're going. Okay, come to mommy. And give me a hug. Oh, you're so awesome, buddy. Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, I love you.